What up, though? It's your main man, KP. I got the homie Mike, the expert. You now tune into the Two Player Sports Podcast. You know, if it's all sports, it's us all day. Now, here at the Two Player Sports Podcast, we root for our local teams. Y'all see it right here. Y'all see the peach? Shout out to Trap Golf for this dope hat. I really appreciate y'all. With that being said, Mike, the expert, just in case they didn't know, what team do we mainly cover on this channel? Who do we actually root for?
You know who we rooting for. We rooting for them Dirty Birds, Falcons. You know what's
Rise
going
up.
on. There ain't no other team. It's Falcons all day.
Well, we were hoping to rise up and start game one out with a win. We played the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. And in the words of DJ Jubilee, it got rough, man. It got a lot rough. This was one of the, I guess, more disappointing starts because I feel like as a Falcons fan, we felt a lot of positive momentum after such a good offseason. We've been one of the hot teams a lot of people are expecting to make the playoffs. And I feel like on Sunday, we went out and embarrassed ourselves, man. What did you think just initially, watching the game?
I'm not going to necessarily say we embarrassed ourselves, being that it's the first game. Mm-hmm. And, I like you've been saying in the past, KP, they did the preseason, totally wrong. They should have had some of these players out on the field getting used to playing with each other, and now they didn't, and now you want to throw them out there during the first regular season game, and it just wasn't cohesive.
Exactly. Exactly. So you know how we do. You know how we get down. We actually do this. We're going to give you our good, bad, and ugly from every game. We're going to recap that for you. And we're going to when we lose, we're going to talk each other off the ledge. So hopefully by the end of this, you'll be off the ledge. Because right now, I'm all the way on it. I ain't going to lie, dog. I'm ready to jump in front of the train. I'm on the ledge, all of it.
God.
This is like, if I got to put this at an emergency right now, you know how the DEFCON go. 5 is the lowest. 1 is the highest. This is a 3 right now for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3. But before we go there, let's talk about the good before we get to the bad and the ugly and totally lose it. Mike, the expert, what was your good from watching the game? What did you think was, what we did well?
Yeah, not much, but the good, the good I have to say.
So I need to go to a DEFCON 2? I need to be in a 2 or a 1? Wow. Jeez.
Now, but I would say the good I really have to say is our defense. Our defense did a good job. It wasn't like the Steelers were just getting touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, anything like that. I mean, they beat us on field goal kicks. So our defense played well. They actually played a lot better than what I thought our defense was going to be. I thought our defense would be decent, but they really, really clamped down and did their thing. So our good, I'll have to say, is our defense.
Yeah, I would agree too. I would say good. I split it a little bit. I do like running game. We did get some things done. Yeah. Bijan Robinson got 20 touches, which is what you want. So we did get some positive things done in the running game. But the defense, man, the defense gave up no TDs. You forced these guys to go out there and kick 6 field goals, and you didn't give up any touchdowns. To me, that was good. It showed immediately you bringing in Justin Simmons, right? They didn't go over the top on you with Justin Simmons or Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates came up, made a couple big plays at the line of scrimmage, stopped some runs. And then the guy that you traded for, you traded a 3rd-round pick for Matthew Judon. Him and Grady Jarrett combined for a sack on Justin Fields at a key position at a key time to get you off the field on 3rd down. So this is exactly what you wanted. Grady looked good. He looks healthy. And Judon looks like he's starting to kind of get into his groove. So this is exactly what you asked for. And I can't ask my defense to do anything better, man. These guys went out there. You forced 6 field goals. We should have won the game.
Yeah.
You give up less than 20, we should win the game.
Yeah, most definitely. And, usually we just want to give the good for our Falcons. But I did have to say some good for the Steelers. And
I ain't going to say no good for them. No, I ain't got nothing good to say. Go ahead. I'm going to let you do that.
Yeah, I'm going to say something good about them. And I'm going to say is their kicker. That man, 6 field goals. 6 field goals. 3,
Boswell.
Yeah, Boswell. 3 of them were 50 yards and more. 1 was 57, 151, and 156. I mean, as much as I wanted the Steelers to lose, and on my list, I had the Falcons winning this game. I felt it'd be a close game. But I got to give credit where credit is due. He did his thing. He hurt himself. He came back in because one of the other kickers went down. He had to punt. And
well, the
he did
long
his thing on
snapper
that.
went down. So the long snapper, I believe it was Phillips got blocked into him. I believe that's who got blocked into him. And it looked like the guy might have broke his leg, man. It looked pretty bad. It was he had to get helped off the field. So now Boswell had to come in and long snap and do punts as well as doing field goals. So he definitely got a workout.
Got hurt. Yeah, because he had actually got off the field. He was hurt. So he came in, he did his thing. He earned his money. So you don't usually say, hey, the kicker, that's the man in the game. That's the MVP. But he was the MVP of that game. He won the game for them. All their points were on field goals. So I got to give him credit on it.
Yeah. Well, I guess if I had to say one positive for them, but their defense, it just seemed like, our offensive line was overmatched all day. TJ Watt wrecked the game plan completely.
TJ
completely.
Watt oh my goodness.
They made TJ Watt look like Aaron Donald. It was ridiculous. They made him look like JJ Watt, his brother in his prime. It was ridiculous. And TJ's a great player. He's a really good player. But I just think that, I wasn't really sure what was going on. And then in the secondary, of course, they got 2 picks. So I got to give TJ Watt and Mike Tomlin credit, from that. But, I still can't really say that was good for me. It was
He was the secondary. He was the secondary MVP of that game, TJ Watt, because he really
he wrecked the game plan, man. Yeah, completely. So now we got to talk about, and I'm gonna try because I'm glad we're doing this on while we're doing it and not on Sunday because I wasn't ready on Sunday. Sunday I was still a little mad. It ruined my day. I was like, yo, man, it's finally football back. My team's about to be competitive. I'm about to go and see how all my new players are doing, my new quarterback. I'm gonna see some new things in the passing game, and I saw nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, let's go ahead and get out the bad. My bad would have to be Kirk Cousins. I saw a guy that was not able to move. I saw a guy that looked like I'm not ready to play, to be honest. And I wasn't sure, was he healthy? I mean, because not that Kurt is a quarterback that's going to use his legs, but I didn't even see him slide to the left or to the right or even be able to step up into the pocket. So that was confusing to me. Secondly, he didn't seem like he was able to drive the ball, looking at his footwork. I know he's coming back from Achilles, and I don't know, man. From what I saw, I don't understand why he didn't play preseason because he didn't look ready to play. He looked shell-shocked at times. He looked a little bit like a rookie and not really sure of himself out there. And that was disappointing, especially because they got off to a hot start. We did score right away. Drake London was involved. Kyle Pitts got a touchdown, and then it just fell off a cliff after that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Kirk Cousins didn't really have a great game. My bad is going to be a little bit different though.
Okay.
And there's usually nothing worse than losing the game, but there is something worse than losing the game. So I'm gonna save that for my ugly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put my bad is actually losing the game because I have it that the Falcons are going to be 10-7, and I had one of the games that we were going to win were the Steelers. Or against the Steelers, because I believe next week with the Eagles is going to be tough, and I actually had us losing that game, but now we need to win it. And then we got the Chiefs, it's kind of crazy. But, losing this game really is the bad. It was a close game. It was a game that we could have won if we would have gotten it together. It's not like it was a blowout game and we just couldn't do anything. Just, it was a lot of factors leading up into that. And, it kind of messes me up with my predictions. So, yeah,
definitely.
That's the bad that we lost against.
And for me, when you talk about the bad part about it, it's bad to see, to your point, your defense effort be wasted like that. Your defense held them to under 20 points.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent 3/4 of the game with it being 10-15. That's crazy. Yeah. We spent 3/4 of the game being 10-15. And all you had to do was be competent. And what was so humiliating about it, in the fourth quarter, you get a turnover. You get them behind the chains, one, because they get a penalty. 2, you're playing great defense. Then you get off the field on the third down where Grady Jarrett and Matthew Judon combine for a sack. You get the ball back, and not only do you get the ball back, you get favorable field position because of a penalty on their side, on special teams.
Yeah.
And so now you drive the field, and then you turn the ball over. With 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you turn the ball over. And for me, it just takes all the energy out of the room. And I know they talking about all the fans being there and cheering for the Steelers. I don't think that's an Atlanta problem. That's an NFL problem. And that's more about ticket costs, I think, in my mind. But that's a story for another day. But that's really, really bad. So to take me up the meter a little bit more and get me on the pitchfork train instead of the Kool-Aid train, let's talk about the ugly. So for you, what was your ugly, man? Go ahead and take off.
Wow, I'm not going to even go too far into it because I might bust a vessel talking about it.
Okay.
But the ugly was our offensive line.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. They were horrendous. And that's the reason why I think Kirk Cousins was having when I was watching the game, he just had no time to make a move to even throw the ball. As soon as he got the ball, they were on him. Our offensive line, which they say is supposed to be so good this year, supposed to be great, supposed to be on point. It was the worst that I've seen it in a long time. It was terrible. And the fact that Kirk Cousins, he can't really move around. He's not a mobile quarterback and stuff. He really needs a little bit more time to really get the ball to where he needs to get it. I mean, that's why we were getting they're getting those interceptions. He's just having to just hurry up and throw the ball out there because he just doesn't have enough time. So, yeah, I have to say our offensive line was horrendous. And if they don't get it together, it doesn't matter what we do on defense. The defense will keep us in the game, but it doesn't matter what we do on defense. If that line doesn't get it together, we're not going to be able to score any points, and we're going to lose a lot of games.
Well, for me, and let me, button my collar, man, because got me hot on the collar. It's the play calling, bro. I watched last year. I watched Arthur Smith do a lot of bull jump that didn't make any sense. And so I'm thinking, okay, Zach Robinson is coming from the Rams. With Sean McVay, he certainly knows how to call a game. His first script looked good. We scored. And then after that, no adjustments were made. We decided to go into pistol formation. And guess what? We were in there 80% of the time. Guess what we did 80% of the time? Pistol formation. We ran the ball. So it was completely vanilla. There was no actual, plan. Then we said, you know what? We're going to take our best, who Kirk Cousins says is our best player in the passing game and tight end, Kyle Pitts, and use him to chip TJ Watt. Did we not sign Charlie Warner in the offseason to be a blocking tight end?
Oh, yeah.
So why are you using your actual pass-catching weapon to be a blocker for TJ Watt? Yeah, that's not what he does great. What he does great is catch the ball, not block. Then we said, you know what? We're not going to run no shotgun. And when we do, we're going to run the ball out of the shotgun. So now every time you're so predictable and vanilla, you're behind the chains where now you have to force and pass the ball. And what happens when you get forced in the third and long situations? It's a jailbreak. And now Bergeron turns into his turnstile. And I can't really blame him on that because they decided to go one-on-one, Bergeron and TJ Watt. Mike the expert, please help me understand. Why would you put Bergeron on an island against TJ Watt, a guy who was a defensive player of the year candidate? Does that make any sense?
Makes no sense at all. None at all. Crazy.
How about this? You got Kirko Chains. Captain Kirk. What is he good at? Play action. That's what he succeeds at. If you watched him in Washington, you watched him in Minnesota, 80% of this man's plays are play action. That's what he's good at. That's what he succeeds at. So if he's healthy and you have a dynamic running back in Bijan Robinson, why are you not running play action?
I don't know, man. I have to say that's one of the things that went wrong with us. The play calling was terrible. The offensive line, Kurt wasn't good. We just had a lot of things. The only thing that was good was the defense.
Bruh, My 9-year-old nephew could have called a better play than that. He could have called better play. I don't play him in Madden. His plays look better than that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can get it together for this.
Bruh, my 13-year-old daughter, she plays Madden. Her plays are better than that.
Maybe she didn't get a coaching job.
I mean, and then you were against Arthur Smith, a guy that had called basically a game-managing game. Mm-hmm. Justin Fields barely managed the game. Oh, yeah. And you couldn't think of anything dynamic. How about this? Drake London, 3 catches, 4 targets. Why was Ray McCloud more in the offense than Darnell Mooney? That's one of your key additions in the offseason, and you can't figure out a way to get this man the ball. This just proves what I said when we talked earlier. These guys should have been playing preseason.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't mean they need to play the whole game, but they needed these reps to be on the same page. You've brought in a new quarterback. You've brought in a new wide receiver. You brought in a new offensive coordinator. You brought in a gadget / wide receiver guy in Ray McCloud. That's 4 new pieces.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you decided I shouldn't play Michael Penix either. So even if we get the pitchforks out and we decide, you know what, get Kirk off the field, he's not healthy, he can't move because it's like he couldn't move. And that's the only reason I'm wondering, is the man healthy? He can't be, because if he was, why are you not running play action? But even if we decide to put Michael Penix on the field, he's not ready because, Rod, this is your second time around and you don't play the starters? Are you kidding me? Mike, let me ask you this. Did we win the championship last year?
No.
Did we even play for the championship last year?
Not at all.
Were we a playoff team last year?
No, it was 7-10.
So at 7-10, what luxury do you have having a losing record and the coach be fired and you be the new coach to not put your guys on the field to get continuity and real live reps? How arrogant is that, man?
Yeah. Well, hopefully they get it together. The problem is this is kind of their preseason right now. And what's going to happen is we're going to get down. We're going to get down 0-3. We're going to wind up losing to the Eagles, which I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we can pull it out. If we play bad against the Chiefs, they're going to destroy us if we play bad against the Chiefs. So, I mean, it's just not looking good for us right now. We got to get it together. Got to get that offense together.
You see where I'm at with it, man. You see where I'm at with it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not giving up on them, though. I'm not giving up.
I mean, bro, I called you on Sunday and I told you I'm resigned to the fact that we're about to start the season 0-3.
Yeah.
We needed this win because the best case scenario, and the rest of our schedule is a little light. It starts out rough. Had you won this game, now you're in a position that maybe you get a split between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Now you're 2-1.
Yeah.
Tampa and New Orleans both have a win. You have none. And you have the potential to go 0-3. Can you imagine the slide? What that's going to do to your locker room? What that's going to do to your fans starting out 0-3, and this is supposed to be a playoff season?
Yeah. Well, I had us starting out the first 3 games with a losing record, but I had us getting only 1 of the first 3 games.
You had it 1-2, not 0-3.
Yeah, exactly. Not 0-3, most definitely not. Nah, but I had us 1-2. So hopefully we can get together. Hopefully we can pull it out against the Eagles. The thing about the Eagles, though, they're going to be extra rested up. I believe they have like 10 days.
I wish they had 10 games.
Yeah, no.
I'll take that.
Now, I believe they have like 10 days rest. And usually, with teams with a lot of rest like that, I mean, they come out, they play hard, they win, they rest it up. So hopefully it doesn't work out that way this time.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this is that one off that it doesn't. But, and the Eagles,
Bro, they had an impressive win on Sunday. And, I mean, Saquon looked like Saquon, like a monster.
Yeah,
they had an impressive win.
That running game, boy, is
right
on point with them.
You got Hurts in the running game. You got Saquon in the running game. And then you got to deal with A.J. Brown.
Yeah. Their pass rush is on point.
And Devonta Smith in the you got to deal with Smith and Brown in the wide receiver. Mm-hmm. To your point, pass rush, Jalen Carter, who you passed on. I don't know. The Kobe Dean, you passed on. These guys play for Georgia. you decide they weren't good enough. Man, it's gonna be tough sledding, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, if our offense is not on point, there's not much we're gonna be able to do. You know, the defense needs to stay the same the way that it is. The defense will keep us in the game, but if our offense is not on point, we're not gonna win that game. So
Right.
we really got to get it together.
Well, we got a short turnaround, so y'all let us know what y'all think is gonna happen. I mean, we play Monday Night Football. We got to go to Philadelphia. It's a tough place to win. Traditionally, the Falcons have not played well there, even going back to the Vic era. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll be surprised and maybe we'll get a win. Hopefully. Mike the Expert, how you feeling, man? You think it's a possibility we could pull something out? Should I come off the ledge, B?
I think it's a possibility. I think it'd be close. It'd be a close game, but I believe it's a possibility. They just got to, their playmaking, Falcons playmaking, got to be a little bit better for us to do it.
All right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put it all on wax for y'all. Y'all be on the lookout for our actual preview of the Falcons and Eagles game. We're going to break everything down for you, offensively and defensively, coaching. We're going to give you our keys to success, and we're going to ultimately tell you who you think is going to win the game. Don't ask me right now. I'm not ready to answer that question. I need a couple more days to get I got to watch some more tape and bring the level down a little bit.
Got it. No, I'm with you.
Well, y'all comment. Let us know what you think of this stinker or horrible game that we saw in game 1 on Sunday. We want to hear from y'all. Continue to like, share, subscribe. Shout out to everybody that supports us. We'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.